I think the thing that really you can tell about Eddie is he's just a real honest businessman. And that's, I think he's like that in business, he's like that in real life. I think he's a very religious person. I think he's a very giving person. He supports his community to a great extent.
When I looked to come to work for him, I asked a lot of people about what it'd be like to work here. And I got 0 people told me, don't do it. Typically working for your in-laws can be difficult. But Eddie Goodwin's, his reputation is of being honest and fair and straightforward.
Customers that I talk to even today, they'll ask about Eddie, and they'll always say how honest he was and how he treated them, and they had a problem and he took care of it, and that's what's made Central Heating and Cooling, his honesty and doing things right.
We were married in '68, went to Illinois and worked 3 years and did not enjoy that and wanted to come home real bad. And Eddie's dad found a business, Central Heating and Cooling, that his neighbor owned, and he wanted to sell.
And so we bought it in 1971 and moved back home.
He didn't know anything about heating and cooling, so he started in the ductwork side and through the service part of it and came right on up. And he went to school that Carrier supplied.
I've always felt like with Carrier we had something that the rest of the folks in town didn't have, and products they didn't have, and backup they didn't have, and training they didn't have. And so anyway, that's one thing I wanted to keep, is the Carrier part of it.
If you cut us apart, people tell us that we bleed little Carrier blue ovals, and Central Heating and Cooling opened up selling Carrier. We've been with them from there through today, and I believe that's a major fact. He's been loyal to them; they've been loyal. It's a two-way street. I mean, a lot of people think that the manufacturer owes the dealer something. It's got to be good for both parties. It's got to be good for the manufacturer. It's got to be good for the dealer. It just doesn't work.
From my perspective, I mean, he's been a loyal customer. He gives us direction when we need it and gives us good feedback in a very positive sense. We've got great market share in this area, and primarily higher tier product. So, for us, I mean, it's a very good account.
We've sold Carrier equipment, but in so many instances we see people start businesses and they have nobody behind them to support them and to give them ideas of things that will help their business. Carrier has done that always, and we have done most everything, if not everything, that they have suggested that we do with our business. And they've made us successful as much as our hard work.
We had a tornado hit a small community just down the road. It's about 7 miles from here. We had several employees that lived in that community. It tore up yards, it tore houses down.
It missed our house, the main path of it, by probably 400 feet, but we weren't far enough away to be out of the hurt zone, And it tore up one side of the roof, and it blew down trees all in the yard.
It was just unimaginable at the devastation that was there.
I mean, you just couldn't believe that. It tore everything up, and you look at that and you go, where do we start?
Eddie basically authorized us to go to those communities on work hours to put together crews and go to our employees' homes and clean up their yards. So we did that for a couple days. When we finished up cleaning up our employees' yards, we went door to door. We went door to door for some time, helping people just clean up their yards, helping them get their cars out, helping where they kind of put their lives back together.
You don't think about things until something bad happens. And then when something bad happens, that's when you find out the people that you can count on.
I think if you ask Eddie, he'd say, well, why wouldn't you do it? If you need help, you need help. And we needed help, and it helped a lot of people other than just me.
I don't know how many little mission projects he's gone on to build a church here or there, made sure that they had equipment when something got, washed away or blown away. He is selfless, and he thinks of others first. He tries to find the good in people.
He's driven, he's a great businessman, a very good businessman. But yet he knows that he's been given much, and he gives away much too. And I think that's what drives him. He knows that he's been so blessed, and Eddie is able to give away those blessings that he's been blessed with.
You know, being a small town, there's certain leaders in a town, and Eddie's one of the leaders. So I think if, you know, anything comes up in town, if it's a booster club for the athletic department, if it's something to do with the school system, if it's a little league team, softball team, soccer team, they're going to go to Eddie.
I think he's made everybody else better in our community as far as a business perspective.
He's just consistently done the right thing. He's helped grow the industry. You know, you couldn't ask for a better representative of the brand in this marketplace than Eddie Goodwin.